Okay. My name is October Raven, and the name of the game, ladies and gentlemen, is City of Heroes. This is our hero. Her name is... I forgot her name, and I was going to check this beforehand. Darcy Morgan. Darcy Morgan, she's an ordinary person in Paragon City, the City of Heroes. She spends her weekends practicing HEMA, historical European martial arts. One day, walking from her HEMA club, she noticed... I'm trying to look for something for her to notice. For those who aren't getting this by now, I'm basically doing a kind of a role-playing narrative kind of deal. She found... I'm still looking for something for her to find. First episode, first live stream, so bear with me while I... Where is all the freaking crime in this freaking... Found some criminals harassing an ordinary person. She didn't have any superpowers, but what she did have is her HEMA equipment, her shield, and her sword. And she's gonna do something about it. Listen. Her shield is wood, as is her sword, but it was just enough to knock out these criminals. And the mugger liked her costume, even though she wasn't really wearing one. Again, first stream. So, she realized something. Maybe all the other great superheroes, they weren't helping this guy. What would one more do? Maybe not much, but maybe save some people. So she went to City Hall. And she's got to run to City Hall. And introduce herself to the Federal Bureau of Superhuman Affairs, the FBSA. As some really dramatic music comes out as we go into Atlas Plaza, where City Hall is. Registering herself. We'll just say she does it here, and we'll time skip a little bit. Just say she goes right to new hero assignment. And she was told, as a person of no superpowers, just regular person who has training, she was told to go to Elite, the Enhanced Logistics for Insight and Tactical Excellence. As you can see, acronyms, big thing, you know. She was told to report to Susan Davies for her first assignment. So, Detective Jose Brogan, someone Susan Davies knew in her youth, has led to the Skull's plan to attack an upcoming Meta Club dance party, like pirates of the street. They will be there to loot and plunder as they please. So, speak to Detective Brogan, and he'll tell you where it is. Alright. The Skull's plan's got to be cut short. So, before we go on, let's take a look at who Susan Davies is. Susan Davies, she is the hero liaison for natural origin heroes. What a natural origin is basically what HEMA Girl is. This character, she has no superpowers. She's like Batman or the Punisher, that kind of thing. No powers, just trained or I cannot believe I'm blanking on this name. Nick Fury. No powers, just the will to fight crime. So she's just an unassuming government liaison. Worked for Elite, as we said. Advanced Technologies for Inside Tactical Excellence. They really stretch on that acronym. But she's got friends in high places. And her brother. She also works with, I believe it's Data, the new for technology heroes. So she knows a lot about what's going on in Paragon City. As well as gang stuff, is what she focuses on. So, now that we've got our first assignment, we're going to talk to Jose Rogan. I don't know why I almost called him Joe Rogan, but... Now, you'll notice that I have my kind of logo here, Googly Burger. Name pending. Googly Burger is there to... Just in case the chat gets a little too spicy, because people who've known City Heroes know sometimes gets a little spicy. And we want to make sure that that doesn't happen there. Because this is going to be team rated, my other stream, which is going to be for a pinball. I might get a little saucier, a little more blue, if you will. But we're going to try to keep it teen. Because that's kind of the rules for City of Heroes Homecoming, which is awesome. Okay, so, Jose Brogan. Outfit like that, which is ordinary street clothes, so I don't know what he means by that, but okay. You must be HEMA Girl. So, Skulls will be hitting him right tonight. Gotta take him down. Apartment whip did a tire... Oh, this invite for you. So, you know what to do. Go hunt. Arrest Skulls. Alright. So, Jose Brogan told us where this is, and we got an invite to get us in. Sorry, I'm a little tongue-tied. I get like that. I don't do a lot of talking at work. I used to do a call center, actually, though, I would get a tongue-tied all the time at a call center, so I won't be enlisted. Super eloquent, as in not flowing my words, you know, metaphoring my mixes, but I'm gonna do my best for you people, all one of you. Alright. So here we go. We're gonna go hunt and arrest Skulls. And I've still got the shield because I forgot to turn off that armor power. For those new to City Heroes, it is a MMORPG, though I'm not gonna be doing much M. The second M, I think. Yeah, the second M, which is multiplayer, of course. And this character is a... Did I make her a tanker? No, she's a brute. She's a brute. And what a brute is, brutes were originally made for City of Villains. Anyway, here's the, so we're gonna save 2 people. Brutes were made to be for City of Villains, which is the, evil, Expandalone. But, after a while, closer to the end of the game, they made all the, archetypes available for everybody. Hero or villain. So, we're gonna hunt down some... We're gonna take care of these Skulls. We're gonna go after all of them. I'm not sure if this is what's known as a kill-all, which means go after everybody. But I'm gonna treat it as is, just in case. So, these guys are a little above my level. Effectively 3 levels above me, this one, but I had no problem taking them out because this is a, a brute which is very good in defense. Not as good as a tank, but also... And I'm already leveled up, level 2. Alright, so I've already saved 1 victim. Oh, the Hellions are here, too. So, the Skulls and the Hellions. These are the main 2 gangs in Atlas Park, and they also operate in some point less the Skulls, but more the Hellions in King's Row. Or, I'm sorry, I got it backwards. The Hellions are mostly in Atlas Park, the Skulls are in King's Row. They are major street level gangs of Paragon City in Atlas Park and Kings Row. The Skulls, they are drug dealers and kind of goons of the mafia. Whereas the Hellions are demon worshipping, they're the satanic panic 80s kind of trope of gangs. And they're controlled by other forces, but we won't talk about that now, because I'm not sure how much you guys want to hear about the lore of this game, so... I've also got throwing knives, which is inherent power for all. So throwing knives is actually going to be my best power, even though it's kind of like the built-in power for everyone of natural origin. Origin means almost nothing in this game. It means what kind of enhancements you can slot, but there's like equal for everybody. It just depends on what origin you have. You can equip a certain drop, and up until you get into inventions. And your inherent power, which you can even change at a vendor. So, origin means almost jack all here. And I'm probably a lot of the people who are going to be watching this already are aware of that. But I'm saying for anyone who's not familiar with how City of Heroes works, origin means nothing. One more person to save. Okay, so it may have been just rescue these two. Oh no, so it was not a kill-all, but gonna be a good hero, and even though I've already skipped past lots of people on my way here, I'm gonna take out all the skulls. Now what I'm doing here is I'm going to do as much what's known as blue side, which is basically hero content, as possible. Excuse me. So I'm going to be trying to do every single... I'm going to hold, once I get to level 5, I'm going to hold at level 5. Do every single bit of content I can in Atlas Park, which is the starter area. And I probably won't be able to do all of it today. I'm only going to do this for a couple hours. You know what? I get just exit. Why am I even... Also, how did my map cursor get there? I don't think I did that. Maybe I did that by mistake. So I'll move that. Alright, so... As you can see, we can go to level 2. So... So we're going to talk to one of the legends of the city. And I know this is going to be not popular with the lore, with the lore people, but in the universe, in the game, the public at large practically adores this person. Pretty much, she's like Tom Hanks level popular in the lore of the game, the way the story wants to be played. She's a little off base. I guess some villain mobs got over to her. This is Miss Liberty. She is the granddaughter of the legendary hero Statesman. Statesman is no longer with us. You see her sword, that is Excalibur. She is holding that for somebody else. We'll probably get to that part later on. Anyways, we're gonna meet Miss Liberty. She's gonna help. She's gonna train us. She's basically gonna say. So this is basically a trainer, but she's saying, "Hey, good job, new person who I should not know the name of, but I do, because that's my job, is to stand on this pedestal and tell people they're doing a good job and help them level up. So I'm going to gain 2 new abilities, 3 new abilities. One is called Fitness, which is an inherent power. It's basically a passive. And it gives me more buffs. I also get what's called Rest, which is less passive. Basically gives me a new ability to heal up really quick at the cost of I can't do anything while I'm doing it. And if I get attacked, as it says, I will be super vulnerable. My defenses will be almost nothing. So we're going to train up. I'm going to get a new power. I'm going to take Slash for now, and this is I'm not looking for an optimal build. This is what HEMA Girl would want. So we're going to go for another attack. We're going to make her more proactive in combat. I'm going to move around a bit, so my kick move that you saw me doing, that's going to actually be the force slot, because that knife, which we're going to say is just like a rock or something, for terms of role-playing. She's not actually wounding people. And away we go. Alright, so we're going to... I should probably grab that. You know what? I don't have to worry about it now. That was an Ouroboros teleporter, and that basically gives me a new option in teleporting. We're not going to worry about that now. So we're going to go back to Elite, and I'm going to drop this for now. We're going to say, hey, took out the skulls. The Paragon Police Department's already dealt with them. Alright, so... between the drug sales and the robbery, the skulls are like parasites on the streets of Atlas Park. It's a good thing we have you around to protect us. I'm going to drink from my Flanagan's cup. So I hope you don't hate the sound of drinking. Or if you do like the sound of drinking, calm down. Because we're not that kind of extreme. So doing well. And preparation is the key to success. Oh, that means she's letting us buy enhancements. And I'm going to do that in a minute. But first we're going to find out what else she wants us to do. So we're going to need to speak to Lawrence Mansfield. He's got a missing persons case. 3rd such report in the last week. And we're officially a member of Elite. So we are all Elite. Hashtag all Elite. Love that Danhausen. That's if anyone from the wrestling board that I advertised this in wants to be here. Okay, so we're going to speak to Lawrence Mansfield. That's going to be our next, and we're going to do whatever he asks. Not whatever he asks. This ain't that kind of stream. I should probably not make so many jokes. Oh, I forgot to go to the store. So, what there are in this game, instead of equipment add-ons, because you can have your hero. For those, again, no-brainer to people who know what City of Heroes is. For people who don't, that's what I'm telling this to. Enhancements are basically, you can see I already have a few of them. Are they... I'm not going to use these dual ones, because I'm not a fan of them. But basically what enhancements are is they're what you have in lieu of the actual equipment, because instead of having equipment that you put on and it changes your appearance, they just have equipment that you put into your power slots. So as you can see, I have 1 slot in each of these abilities to start. I can have more as I go along. I'm not going to use any of these. So we're going to go to the store. Her store. She's going to sell us some. She can also give us inspirations. Inspirations are basically instant buffs. They're like your potions in any normal MMO. So we're going to sell those. So they're disposable buffs that you can take any time and just dispose. I can have up to 4 right now. As I go on, I'll be able to have more, up to 20. And oddly, she does not have any enhancements to sell me. So why? Oh, you know what? That's all she was probably offering. But this guy, or her, either one, can sell me enhancements. So let's take a look at what I can buy. That's gonna be... I do not, like I said, I do not like dual origins. I want to go single origin, because single origins are going to be objectively better, because they're more powerful. I don't look like I can afford any right now, and I don't want to kind of be a cheap on this one. If I do a sequel, I might do cheap, but I'm not going to be a cheap and use any... You know what? I should have advertised this stream on... I'm going to do that in general. So, which is 1 second. While I do that, bear with me. Okay, so sorry about that. I should have done that in the beginning, but first time streaming to actually get people to watch. So we're going to speak to Lawrence Mansfield, no relation to Jane, and ooh, I got an exploration badge. So what an exploration badge is, it's like little achievements that you can get. Again, no-brainer to people who know City of Heroes. If I get all of them, and I might not do this while the stream is running. If I get all of them, I'll be able to teleport around much quicker. I'm not going to do that right now. I might do it the other way, which is going into the Pocket D, the Pocket Dimension, the nightclub, and just chill an hour there. Might even be the way I end up doing it. But Lawrence Mansfield, let's see what he's got. So, thanks for your help. There's an abandoned office field here in Atlas Park. We're going to go over there, and we're going to look for a Mike McGillicuddy. This is office building, but warehouse. You'll see that this is a game that was created in 2004, and to this day there are still spelling errors, typos, all that. It's kind of part of the charm of the game. You know, it's not the most polished game ever. It's fun. This is the only MMORPG I've ever really enjoyed playing. And you can see more of the jank here, because that marker, this, well, you can't see what I'm pointing at. Oh, wait, my mouse is over there. So, that's supposed to be there. And it's not there, it's there. Alright, so we're going to enter that office building / warehouse, which apparently it's a little bit of both. Zoning. Oh, it's the council. Now the council. And I forgot to turn on my armor. The council are an evil paramilitary organization. They're an offshoot of a group called the Fifth Column, the remnants of the Nazi army of World War II. gonna go after them while sirens blare off in the distance, hopefully stopping some other crime. So, these guys are effectively Nazis, but they're not officially former Nazi soldiers. They're kind of like Nazi light. Nazi with extra steps, if you will. More of the Italian side of the Axis. If I lore correctly. I don't remember all the lore off the top of my head. Now, some of you are probably asking, HEMA Girl has no superpowers. How is she? And she has a wooden shield. How is she stopping bullets? Because comics, that's how. Oh, here's someone. That fits the description of Mike McGillicuddy. Oh, that's all I needed to take out. Okay, he's going to tell me about this place. You can't see that because of Googly Burger, but... Okay. He never meant to get involved with council. He's just working on an article on the Paragon City government, and he asked the wrong questions to the wrong people. And you join the council or you die, but... And there may be other people who've been kidnapped by the council and forced into their organization. Bonk. Alright, so we're going to get him out to safety, because right now the priority is his safety rather than taking out all the council. Let's pick our battles carefully. I'm only a rookie hero, I can't do it all. Now, he's told us where the training facility is, but we're gonna... Actually, you know what? We're not. We're gonna go right there. We're not gonna visit Miss Liberty first. Because I will get to that and kind of get around this, because this is content that's not related to this. Now, this is more no duh to veterans, less duh to newcomers. Atlas City was only one of 2 starting areas when City of Heroes first started. Eventually, when they kind of reconfigured the game, they got rid of the other one, Galaxy City. And they did that with a big event. And that's kind of going to be still talked about when you play this game, when you see it in the starting area. They'll talk about what happened to Galaxy City. What happened to Galaxy City? It was destroyed by aliens. But we're not going to focus on that right now. We're going to watch out for the council. And they were waiting for us. Heard that Mike McGillicuddy got rescued. And we're going to Sparta kick and slash away. Huh, so how is this also a shield? I like the kick better. The shield bash is really cool. This is my first time playing with the shield power. So you have lots of options. Again, no doubt to veterans, but you have thousands of potential combinations. Some that seem more designed to be built for others than others. Okay. this is a defeat all, so we're making sure we get every single one this time. That's the goal. That is I wouldn't say it's the most common, but it is a fairly common one. Defeat all. And a lot of groups, when they do certain task forces, which are kind of like team mission arcs that you're locked in for. Again, nothing new to veterans, but anyone new to this game. And here he goes, Chalmers. I wonder if he used to be a superintendent. No, I'm just I'm just making a joke. Okay, so cannot afford interference. No. I'm sorry, but Paragon City cannot afford to have more of the council running amok. And I know whose side I'm on. So we dealt with Chalmers, but the rest of his lackeys are still around here, so. Let's take a minute. So I just saw in the chat, Mike Abrams, joke does work with the super serum, use the super joke. Thanks, first ever chat on this stream. Thanks for that. And you're right, it does work that way. Oh yeah, I forgot. The knife, throwing knives does bleed out damage. Sometimes you just see them drop dead, and that's because it does damage over time. All right, so not quite ready to get to 4 yet. I'm almost there. And then, well, you know what? I might as well just level up right now. Even though I'll be leveling up. You know what? Let's slap a couple Hellions around, because slapping Hellions around is always fun. Oh, I got some salvage. I can sell that. Okay. So, what you just saw pop up, salvage. That is another thing they have is kind of the drops. What salvage can be used is for inventions, which are, and more enhancements. But they're better enhancements than the ones I'll probably trying to buy at least one of in a minute. So, I am going the worst possible way to here, especially because I don't have any. I'm gonna get my first travel power, and it would make the most sense because fly is in my opinion the best one for non-melee types anyway. For melee types, fly is also really good, but there's so few people who fly to get away from melee that super jump is just the better option. But like I said, we're not talking about optimal builds. I am role player first. I'm a virtue vet. The vets know what I mean. If you know, you know. So, build is always going to favor role-playing over what's good. Alright, so we're good. Again. So, enhancement slots. Like I said, I haven't got any of them yet. Most melee types are good with flight, and you're right, Mike. There are only a few powers that are shut down in air. Rock melee comes to mind, and I think there's a couple few in others like plant domination. I think does plant domination have all their powers work in the air? Because I don't think it does. But again, we're not talking crunch here. We're talking what's good for the character. What's good for the character is going to be jump. So, I'm sorry if I bumped my microphone. I am not used to wearing a headset with a microphone yet. So, which is funny because I used to all the time when I was a customer service representative. Alright, so we're going to add extra ones for now. This is my philosophy towards it. Build towards your primary. Let's see. But in this case, I think I'm going to put one in defense. Okay, so you don't know. Yeah, super strength. Oh yeah, I should have known that because my very first character back in live, whose name I'm not going to repeat here because I kind of made her just to see what I could get away with. I still remember the name. It's just I don't want to say it. Where the mods might sell me, hey, the home mods would say, hey, take us down. Like I said, I try to get away with something. And I did get away with it. But yeah, hurl, and foot stomp, yeah. It's been a long time since I mained that character way back when. I think I was in college, so it was like 2005. So we're gonna do deflection, we're gonna do... I put one in slash for now, because... No, hack. We're gonna put it in hack. Because that's the more damaging one. And we're going to train to level 4. We're going to get a new power. And powered pools are your third power slot. And I'm going to go, like I said, there's a lot of them, but what I would recommend to anyone starting out, as soon as possible, take a travel power. And you can get travel powers from a lot of these that even aren't dedicated to travel powers. Why am I pointing with my finger? I have no idea. Like I said, I'm just getting used to this. Like, you have flight, you have leaping, you have speed, you have teleportation. These are the ones that are specifically geared towards travel powers. But, actually, does Force of Will have jump? But she doesn't... No, that wouldn't work. So we're not going to do Force... We're not going to use Force of Will for her. But you could, we'll use Force of Will as an example. I could take Leap with this power set, Force of Will, but that's not going to really work for this character. And Sorcery, Experimentation, and Power of Will, as Mike said in the chat. But like I said, natural. She doesn't have any really inherent powers, and she's not like Superman, where she comes from another. Superman. Now that I think about it, that is a natural. So anyone like Superman, Martian Manhunter, I guess would be another example. So natural is anyone who you're born with what you have. You didn't suddenly get new powers once you hit puberty that make you a mutant. But what you have is your natural abilities and your natural skills. Oh yeah, and the newest one. Newest one? I guess you're talking about Force of Will, which is the one that I... No, you meant Power Will. Infiltration is probably the best natural power. It is, but I want a travel ability, and it's still kind of, you know, I'm cheesing a little bit. I'm using comic book logic. What's gonna get her around the city the quickest? It's gonna be super jump, because I like super speed is obviously the fastest, if I remember correctly. They might have changed it a little bit, but super jump's also going to give me the verticality, which I'm going to need for some areas. So it's really super jump, teleportation, or flight, and super jump is the most logical one for natural. She doesn't have a jetpack yet. I might respec her and give her flight once I give her a jetpack, but for now, super jump. We're just going to say she knows the city back and forth. She can parkour her way. And even though people who know this game know. Parkour does not explain super jump at all. But I like to use... Oh, I could have called. This could be a phone call. And it is going to be a phone call. I just need to get to a place with better bars. So, we're going to talk to Susan. Alright, so we just started hearing about the council. Well... No, you haven't. You have not heard about the council just recently. Okay? At this point in the storyline, the council's a known factor. But we're just gonna say that she's talking about the council restarting their operations of recruiting. We'll just go with that. I'm pulling stuff out of my butt, but I'm working on that. So, but recently they managed to take out another tour. Again, not recently. This was, what was it? It was before even I started playing. So like it was like issue 3, their first update, when they started moving to Europe. They got rid of the 5th column because the 5th column were explicitly Nazis. They replaced them with the council. Timey-wimey, yes. It's so we'll just say recently as in the universe. In the universe's way, it's recent. We'll go with that. On the plus side, yeah, fighting these council people have improved my combat technique. Okay, so we have 2 options. Patrol Atlas Park or talk to the Atlas Park security chief. Yeah, let's do some patrolling. So we're gonna go hunt and box skulls, because we only have a wooden sword. We're kind of hero classic, even if HEMA Girl here is not a conventional hero in any sense. She will get I am gonna give her a costume, just not now. Should I go ahead and freeze XP now? I'm gonna wait till 5. Once I hit level 5 is when I'm gonna start. And I'm gonna stop every 5 levels, do all the content I can. But wait, doesn't that stop at the 4s? Yeah, so I'm gonna get to 5, and then do to 9, and then every 5 levels I did that. Does that make sense? No? Well, it makes sense. It'll make sense as I go on. Okay, so we're gonna patrol Atlas Park, which means touch these call boxes that only exist to do this. It's inconsistent. Kind of. It goes to 5, and then 9, and then every 5 up until then, I think, for the most part. And then there's tip missions, which go every 10. And we are going to do the tip missions. I might do both hero and vigilante side, because like I said, I want to do everything. So we're going to touch these call boxes that only exist because this game was created in 2004 and people still used phone booths then. Then again, I've never... Some are clear at the 5, some at 5 minus 1. Yeah, but if they clear at the 5s, they'll also clear at 5 minus 1. So, you know what? Whatever. Even though we're patrolling for skulls. Skulls actually aren't that common in Atlas Park. Were they ever? Skulls are going to be more often in King's Row, which is going to be... Are there any missions specifically in Atlas... No, not Atlas Park, the other one. Perez Park. Yeah, there are some missions in Perez Park that aren't patrols. But there are plenty of skulls in... No, wait. How am I forgetting so much of this lore? Nope. Yeah, there's skulls in Perez Park, I think. No, there were in Galaxy. You're right. They were in Galaxy. It's been a long time. You know what? got a tip. Oh, okay, so we got a tip. So these aren't the kind of tip missions I was talking about. These are the travel tips. We'll do that after I patrol. So let me finish my patrolling. And I forgot about my travel power. So, like I said, oh, I have never known that. Like I said, first time doing shield. I like that. Puts her shield up. She can't see what she's doing. Okay, so go back to Susan Davies, but we're not going to do that yet. We're going to go contact tips. Visitor's Guide to Atlas Park. Alright, so let's find out what's interesting in Atlas Park. Did you know the flag flying over City Hall used to be a cape belonging to statesmen? Yes, actually, I did. And so statesman, as the game says, most famous hero. He did. He did. He is super dead. He is dead, deader than dead, and dead. We're not going to get into how he died until much later on. But he is super, super dead. And okay, so this flag, that exact flag, was originally Statesman's cape and donated to Paragon City to replace the flag. That was destroyed by the Richte War, so that's backstory. Richte War, the first Richte War was like 2003 or 2002. What people thought were aliens, and yes, I am using specific wording for a reason. What people thought were aliens, called the Richte, tried to take over, destroy actually the entire world. It was kind of like Independence Day. Lots of places got blown up. I think London was bombed to the floor. A lot of other big cities. I think Chicago was one of them. I don't remember exactly all of them, but London was one of the major ones that was confirmed. I think Los Angeles is still around in the city lore, but that might just be my brain misremembering stuff. But one of the major cities left is Paragon, because Paragon City is kind of like a ley line. It's like a magnet for supernatural stuff. So a lot of superheroes happen to be there. And thanks to Hero 1, who is actually part of Omega Team, as they said. Thanks to him, they stopped the Richte War, but they never came back. The only one who stayed was Lady Grey, who we may meet later. And so, what Statesman did was he took off his cape in honor of Hero 1, who was known for his Union Jack cape. And he declared that all heroes from then on would not wear a cape again. And the reason for that was because at the time of it going live, they didn't get the cape physics right. They didn't get that down. They did eventually let you use capes, and now you can use capes anytime. But there was a point where you had to earn your cape. And I am going to earn the cape for HEMA. And I'm actually going to have her wear the cape? Maybe. And I don't need to do that right now. I got so caught up in talking lore to people who probably already know the lore. I don't. Let's see. Let me check to see if I recognize any names here. No, I don't. But sorry if the audio cut out a bit. I think it's set to mute if you leave the window. There's actually a reason to run that. I am not a badger, but I will run that K Michigan for role-playing reasons. And I know you can do that because I have done it for the villain side before, since Homecoming. Alright, so return to contact. We're going to give her a call because this could be just a phone call. This does not need to be a meeting. This could have been an email. Okay, so the skulls are threatening anyone who won't buy Superidine, which is... we'll talk about that while I'm doing the next mission. It's a pretty good tactic. Yeah, strong arm tactics. Let him keep up. We'll have the whole zone. Zone, district. Same thing. Good work today. And she'll do everything in her power to assist me. Okay, so the Skulls of Kings Row, they're going to go into Atlas Park. And we're not going to let that happen. There's a distribution center. We're going to take it down and confiscate the Superidine. So, get that drug off the streets. And there's two reasons for that, which I'm going to get into. One is, of course, is drugs are bad. Again, 2004. You know, there are some drugs that are not so bad, caffeine being one of them. And other drugs, depending on where you live, are okay to use. Just use them responsibly. We're trying to keep a team here. So, but this is a comic book thing, and drugs are bad in comic book land. Unless they give you superpowers. Which Superidine does, so that's a bad. Drugs are bad, except if you're Captain America. Now, let's say that. In which case, drugs are awesome. But be responsible, please, and don't take anything that will kill you. That's your PSA. Now you know, knowing is half the battle. We're gonna be in Hellion territory. So, as I said, Hellions are the satanic panic people. They play D&D and they listen to that thing called rock music that the kids love today. Yeah, they listen to the Rolling Stones. They are totally Satanists. That wasn't even true in the 80s. That was like Metallica at the time. Anyway, so the Skulls will surely be ready for a fight. Which, yeah, if they're in Hellion territory, they're definitely expecting trouble. Like I said, that was the clockwork. We're not going to talk about them right now. So Superidine is a major MacGuffin-y kind of drug in the city here setting. It is the reason why there's a group called the Trolls. We'll be meeting them later for sure. So Superidine, it's a popular drug, but it's a very addictive drug, and if you get super addicted to it, you get really strong, really dumb, and you also turn green, and sometimes you get horns. And so again, that's more drugs are bad. They'll turn you into a guy with lots of strength. It'll turn you into a monster truck. Do we got any truck fans in this ring? So drugs can be awesome if you're a monster truck. Again, if you do stuff, please do it responsibly and follow your laws. Don't get arrested, because getting arrested sucks. They turn you into tiny Hulk, yeah, kind of. I just really dig that kick. That kick is in a lot of sets. Broadsword, it's not just because of the shield. Broadsword, a lot of ranged ones use it too. So I found some Superidine already. I gotta find 4. I've already found 1. Now, they used to not have female skulls in the City of Heroes. Originally, it was just an all-male. Most groups are either all male or all female. And now I think it's most of them is kind of skewed towards the latter. There were exceptions. Longbow was, I think, always had male and female members. But Longbow aren't really a villain group, so... Well, some people in lore discussion in the Homecoming Discord will vehemently disagree with this. But as according to the story, longbow are good guys. Let's just leave it at that. Let's not open that can of fish right now. So now the clock works since I'm still talking about lore, and I forgot to look for enhancements. I'll do that afterwards because you don't really need to rely on enhancements at this level. You don't. It doesn't get to log or whatever that you really want to start buying enhancements to get better. And like I said, this game came out in 2004. So they're not horribly maimed. It's they're getting high off their own supply. And as a side result, they no longer have spines. That wasn't me. HEMA Girl does not kill. Like Batman, she only gives permanent crippling injuries, but okay, so we got all the Superiorine. We did get another enhancement drop, but oh, already have a natural enhancement drop. Perfect. So I'm gonna use that one for sure. So I'm gonna slot this one now. I'm gonna put it in hack. So you see, like I said, this increases your damage. Pop. Actually, do I want to start with damage? Do I want to do damage or endurance? I can always rework it. In fact, I probably should do endurance because I don't know how my end output is with shield. My original main was Dark, and a lot of people who played City Heroes know that, and have played Dark to Melee. That is an end vacuum, endurance vacuum. For those who are not familiar, endurance is basically kind of like mana, except, you know, since most people aren't mages, you don't have mana, you have endurance, you have stamina. Should not be talking to her now. I should be selling my stuff. I will sell it to Longbow. Alright, so I'm going to sell all this stuff that is either dual. It's all dual origin actually, because you don't get entirely. I'm going to start doing an endurance reduction. Or should I do accuracy? Should I do accuracy or endurance reduction? I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to do something I don't normally do in building. I'm going to do endurance reduction. She's in very good shape. And you see I have these salvages. I'm not going to really need those right now. I'm going to sell them and get another. You can totally... Yeah, you can if you can afford them. Like I said, I'm buying them. Oh yeah, there's a 5-second delay, so I'm seeing what you're seeing before you can hear what I'm hearing. You can hear what I'm saying. I mean, you know what I meant. I think it's a 5-second delay. I'm not sure. Let me. Yeah, it's about 5. A little more than 5 seconds. When I tested, it was 5 seconds. Maybe it's a little more because now I'm recording at the same time. Anyway, we're gonna do. Because it might be an endurance hog later. No, let's do 40 attacks. Give or take. Yeah, When I tested, it was about 5 seconds. I wasn't sure if that was going to change because I'm on Wi-Fi. Eventually, I'm going to get a wired connection and figure out how I'm going to get that from my room to the main room, but we'll figure that out. Well, this is working for now. Okay. Task complete. Return to this contact. So, we destroyed their distribution network. We're going to confiscate those drugs, and I guess they're going to use it as evidence before destroying it. So now we're going to talk to the Atlas Park security chief, and if you remember, we had that option earlier. We decided not to take it, but now we are going to take it. We're going to listen carefully to this chief, because if he has something for us to do, and he will, it will be very important, which, relatively. We're still street level. I actually like street level in my superhero stuff. I like it a lot more than the cosmic stuff. I tend to gravitate towards more Painkiller Jane and Deadpool, even though Deadpool's not really street level. When it gets to cosmic stuff, I'm less invested. I can get into it if it's a good story, but anyway, we'll talk to the security chief. We are going to get into cosmic level in this, I'll tell you that. Okay. Here is a briefing street on the situation of Atlas Park. We're going to fight some Hellions. We're going to look in Promenade or Prometheus Park, but they're going to be all over the place. And I am in a high left level where I can pretty much hold my own against any of them. So. Okay, so people, if anyone's still new to this game, who's watching, I have 5 people. That's awesome. The reason why there's these big glowing walls, they are there to limit you to a district, yes. That is the design reason for them. But in lore, there is actual reason, and that was, as I mentioned before, the Richter War. Basically, to contain skirmishes to a single district so that they don't get completely destroyed like London did, and Chicago and other places that I'm not sure. A lot of places got taken out. So just in case that people who we believe are aliens are coming back, and again, I use that language deliberately for a reason we will get into later. In case the Richter or anyone else ever came back, we'd be more ready for them with the war walls. Or they war wells, I can never remember. Alright, so we have done everything we can with Susan Davies. And normally that would be it for me at level 5 for before Homecoming. And I'm not sure if this was changed before Homecoming or if Homecoming added this. But I can also take jobs from other areas, and since we already know Susan Davies, her brother works for Data, I believe it is. Yes, Data. And there he is, Rick Davies. We're going to do some work with him. See what he's got in store for us. And he needs natural heroes more than ever. Wait, what? What? I'm sorry, like I said, 5-second delay. Are you mean that we can do missions for other origins? Because yeah, you could do that. I didn't know about that until recently myself. Is that what you meant? I just learned about the City Hall work right now. Do you mean in general, Mike? Oh, no. This is gonna be... I'm gonna do 1 through 50. I'm gonna do everything I can. I'm sorry if you thought otherwise. I'm doing everything. Because I love this game. And I want to experience things that I haven't done in a long time. Experience things I've never done before. You know, that kind of thing. And then show people the lore of City of Heroes, because I love the lore of this game. No, I thought you were going to do that. Get that live one guy level 1.4 is outside the hall. Oh, yeah, I'll get to that. I will get to that. I will... Wait, does he lock out after level 5? Does he lock out when you get to 5? I don't want to miss out on that. I think you can get to him at 5, but just in case, I believe he does. I believe you do lock out at 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the options real quick. Where is it? Earn XP. We're going to disable XP for now. So I'm not going to level up. Yeah, I am unleveled. Okay. So we're going to do all these. But yeah, we are going to do this stuff. We're going to do that stuff too, because that, like I said, I'm doing everything. Okay, sipping again. So if you have problems with people sipping, 3, 2, 1. And you can listen to me now. I do not want to put my drink on this table. Okay. But yeah, I didn't know you could get all this city. Yeah, I don't know when they started doing... I don't remember if they did that. They still did that back in live. But in Homecoming, you definitely can. I don't remember if that was on live or not. And for those who don't know what I mean by live is when this game was officially live. When NC... Well, it wasn't always NCSoft, but when it was in published actual commercial work. That's what I mean by live. That's... Alright, so... let's find out more about Rick Davies. We already know that he is the sister of the head of Elite. So he was one of the first heroes in Paragon City to use powered armor. Really? I either don't remember that when this game was for profit. You're right. But we're not going to talk about more about NCSoft, because that would get this stream shut down. And that's all I'm going to say about that. There are rules to this stream as part of Homecoming. So, you can say it in the chat. I don't think they're going to monitor the chat. But, we're not going to talk more about NCSoft here. I'm not. You can. I'm not. Because, yeah. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. Alright, so... After he was done with... Oh, he was in the Ricky War. Wait, if he was in the Ricky War... I thought there was only 8 people who survived the Ricky War. That's a contradiction, isn't it? Because they're called the Surviving 8 because they're the people who were left. They were the heroes who were left. So that's kind of a contradiction of the lore, ain't it? Well, we'll say he had to retire. We'll say he got injured. That makes sense. Oh yeah, because he did get injured. Why am I? Wow. I should have just read ahead before I said that didn't make sense. Because it does make sense. He got injured. But he started to work with DATA, which is the Department of Advanced Technological Application. Really making these acronyms work for it. We're gonna run till about 10, just so you know. I am gonna keep this on demand. And I may or may not upload this to YouTube. My YouTube is it October Raven? It is October Raven, I'm pretty sure. So I'll probably upload it to YouTube as well. Like, subscribe. Can you even like in Twitch? I forget. Well, do all the things. The bell, which they don't have on Twitch either. Do the things. And you know the things. Do those. The things that everyone else... The things that competent content creators tell you to do. Those. And I don't have a social setup yet as a streamer. I kind of have one that's kind of disconnected from my life. So I can be kind of a jerk on that, which I should work on personally, but whatever. I can get kind of salty. And I need to cut down on my sodium, both literal and metaphorical. I need to work on that. Anyway, but enough about me. So Data is, like I said, part of the FBSA. So he works with new heroes, and he also likes to work with gadgets, including the clockwork. So we are going to talk about the clockwork today. And he is married. So that's what's going on with that guy. So we want to understand the clockwork better. And one of his field agents, Sarah Peters, has a critical piece from one of their sprocket units. So we're going to talk to Sarah Peters. Alright. Ooh, you Lois one. That's going to come in handy later in the story, I'll tell you that. What I have planned for... I haven't planned a lot for how I'm going to work with HEMA Girl in the future. But, as I said, ordinary person who practice historical European martial arts, for those who are just getting in. No superpowers at all. She just got into European history, wanted to learn some self-defense, and one thing led to another. She took up HEMA, which is historical European martial arts, and that became kind of her hobby, and decided she was going to use that for stopping crime. She saw one too many muggers. Decided to take part of the fight against crime. So Sarah Peters says, well, there must be a mix-up. She's already given that piece to a hero who was working for Seraph. Seraph is the science heroes. So technology, science. Technology's like Iron Man. Science is, I guess, Captain America. So yeah, because Captain America is science. Hulk is also science. Who else is a good example of science? Who is a DC example of science? I think Flash. Yeah, the Flash is a science hero, isn't he? Because he got his powers from a lab experiment. Or at least one of the Flashes did. I'm not sure if the modern version did, because I don't quite remember that off the top of my head. But classic Flash. Definitely had that. Anyway, so Spider-Man is technically because he got bit by a radioactive. So that's another example. Even though they kind of try to fudge that in the lore, I think, and try to make him magical. But, well, whatever. He's science to me. That's silly. Not everything has to be magic. Says someone who means magic. Anyway, start with this office. It shut down after the Ricky attack, so the Clockwork are going in an old office. If that doesn't plan out, there's a warehouse we can try. Origins can get a little fuzzy, yeah, that's true. But I would 100% call Spider-Man a science, because he got his powers in a science experiment. You want to say it was some kind of cosmic destiny, fine. But he was bitten by a radioactive spider. And the other origin, well, mutant, I don't think I have to explain that. if you don't know what a mutant origin is, how? Oh, that's right. Marvel pretended the X-Men didn't exist. So the X-Men. And if you never heard of the X-Men before, please learn about them, because the X-Men are low-key pretty awesome. But... and magic is magic. I mean, that's your Zatannas, that's your Doctor Stranges, those kind. So the Clockwork. They're robots, you can plainly tell. They are they all latently psychic, but they are connected to the Clockwork King, who has an obsession, a very creepy obsession with an underage girl. Okay. That's the lore! She's not underage anymore, but I'm saying it is creepy. He is a really creepy guy, and that's even not counting for her age. Look, I'm just saying, it is very weird, because she was a teenager for most of this game. That is one of the shortest. But yeah, this is an abandoned. Did I get a clue from that? It tells us. Okay, so we didn't learn much from that, other than just some really creepy lore. And if you know about the Praetorians as well as a lot of old vets know, it's not the only creepy lore, it's just the creepy lore that they haven't retconned yet. If you know, you know. So let's take out this warehouse. That is not a warehouse. Yeah, you'll see this a lot. They tell you it's a warehouse, but they send you to something that's clearly not. This is a business building. That is enormous. Oh wow, I am actually taking a lot of damage on it. There you go. Inspiration. They're level 5. No, yeah, they're level 5. That's why I'm taking so much damage. And I'm kind of getting gung-ho. I forgot to watch the health bar. And I should probably be taking... jump off. I forget to do that. Well, okay, so we did find something. We found one of their sprockets, so it'll be useful to the people at Data. What would Sarah want with them, though? Yeah, okay, so there are multiple spawns, but yeah, I did pretty good, especially because I don't have any good enhancements on my defensive power yet, and I only have the one. And why am I using sprint when I can use jump? I have no idea. And I don't have Rick's phone number yet, so... You know, you kind of really need to appreciate the music design, because this is a hero. This is a hero's. This is a we're about to do some heroing song. Alright, solid work. And he appreciates us. We're gonna do just fine in Paragon City. Do you not know about the clockwork? I do know about the clockwork. I thought I mentioned. But I just don't get why, how that, what does Seraph know about them that would make that, because I don't think they know that they're psychic, do they? I know that there's some psychic stuff going on, so, but I'm pretty sure they still think that the clockwork are just robots, so it's kind of weird that Seraph wants that, because that's not their thing. They're the more physics, genetics, that kind of stuff, and Data is technology, engineering, that kind of thing. I think that's kind of how they split it. But maybe there's some overlap, and that could be it. Okay, so, and also don't psychics usually fall into the magic origin? Then again, I don't remember how the psychic clockwork worked or not. If they were somehow got their psychic powers through psychic experimentation or magic. Could be brain in jars. Now that I think about it, that would kind of be sort of science. Anyway, so we have two different options. We can call the clockwork. Is that going to be a patrol mission? Because there is so little clockwork in Atlas City, even though I ran into a few. Let's do that. See what it looks like. Oh, it is. Okay. As far as the origin of power, psychics are generally lumped into mutant. Yeah, that also makes sense. Origin of power. I don't think I've done the hero. There's a hero side version of that, right? Because I've done the villain side. I don't remember doing a hero side version of it. If there is, we're definitely doing it, because like I said, we are doing all of it. There absolutely is a hero version. Good to know. There's also the Shining Stars, and we are going to get to those. In fact, I will probably save... The Shining Stars, I think, is actually 5 through 9. So I'll kind of play that one by ear, because I can. Well, the first part of Shining Stars is like what, 3 parts? That's enough for clockwork. Still standing. I guess I hit a hydraulic hose and made it lose power in its legs and it collapsed. That's the only way I can explain bleed out on a machine. Is hydraulic fluid. Or maybe they're lithium-ion battery leaks. That could work, I guess. Extremely dangerous, but okay. And now I have his phone number. Let's see. It's almost 9:30, but I think I can go for a few more. Okay. So, tracking more clockwork robots. 2 possible locations for their base. So, I'm going to go for one. He's going to have me go for another. I think we'll either stop at the end of Rick's mission line for today. and I'll do some stuff off stream. Maybe. I might mess around with the icon and see what I want to look actual official hero HEMA Girl to look like. And I might use that. I might even do it if I do it at Warwitch. Mike, I don't know if you know this. If I were to do it at Warwitch, would that count towards time in Pocket D for the teleport power? Do you know that? Because I think it would. Why wouldn't it? As long as you're logged in anywhere in Pocket D. I thought... I'm not going to spend a full hour in Pocket D. Because I'm going to be doing another stream later. Logging out is a day job thing, I know. I know about day job. But I am going to spend time off stream in Pocket D. Not just today, but also off stream. Until I can get that teleport power, because we're going to be using that quite a bit. And I might show people who aren't familiar. I know people who are familiar with this game probably all know about Zone 888. 848s. Do I have the same name on YouTube? Yes. Though I don't remember if that's my main channel account. I'm pretty sure it is, though. And I will probably be uploading at least. And who knows, if I ever make partner and I work for Amazon again. And yes, I said again, more on that later. But if I ever do my fake partner, I'll probably be doing that a lot less. Or maybe I'll just do clips over on YouTube. But either way, just subscribe there. Easier for me to catch on here. That's fine. That's fine. And it'd be more on demand. If you're lucky enough, like me, to have a job where you can listen to stuff while you're working. Because I do logistics and I can listen to stuff while I'm working. I mean, I've done some jobs where you're not even allowed to have your phone with you, like physically with you. I've had a job where that was a rule. If you had your phone in your pocket, you would be fired on the spot. But some people are lucky enough to be able to watch YouTube while they're at work, and if you are, that's probably better. Here I am going to keep this up here in Twitch for 2 weeks, so people can still catch it there. Okay, so we got some notes on the automatons, and they might be more of a robotics expert. It would be hilarious if I was playing a robotics expert, but I'm not, so that actually makes sense. You would think, because this is Tech Origin, I guess masterminds weren't a thing when they designed it. Well, they weren't a thing for Heroes when they designed it. The trope of the scientist who, because they are a scientist, they know all science exists in comics, so... I mean, Reed Richards, let's face it. The only thing he doesn't know how to do is probably cook a meal. Or anything that would actually make people's lives better other than punching Dr. Doom with his strength. Yeah, I have some older stuff there too, a couple things I made in an old game called The Movies. I don't know if you remember. Heck, Tony Stark got an expert in X this morning. That's true. That is true. That guy, especially in the movies, he gets really ridiculous with that. Of course, they didn't have the Fantastic Four with the Marvel movies yet, which is, I guess they don't want to try again with the Fantastic Four movies. They don't want to prove that they can do it right. Actually, now that I think about it, were the Fantastic Four left out of Phase 4? You know, I am so far behind on those movies, it's not funny. And I don't even want to say how far behind, because I don't want to lose cred, but I am behind. I know the stories. We'll leave it at that. And I do not have Disney Plus, because I play a lot more games than I do watch TV, so I just would not have the time to justify it. The last series I've seen on the streaming platform that wasn't YouTube or anything else was Squid Game. And before that, it was the first season of The Witcher. Okay, so one thing, handy tip for people who don't know, if you're down to one thing to find, sometimes the map will show that. Not always. Sometimes you'll have to hunt for it the hard way. But that's a handy little tip for people who may not know that, because it did take me a while to figure out too. Not sure when that started, but it is a Homecoming feature. And there should be a robot, there should be a mob here somewhere too. Let's take out the wide board. Oop. And I do need to read more comics too. I need to read more in general. Sometimes the red arrow on the map is just question mark, question mark, question mark. This is a sprocket. It's moving, so I think it's actually a moving... That should... Yep, there it is. Last one. Boom! Okay. So we'll be here till 10, or when I'm done with Rick Davies, whichever happens first. I have a long way to go with Rick Davies. So. Rude! Can't you see I'm on the phone? Okay. So we have data on how the clockwork operate, which Alright, need to turn my game music back on. Really good luck with the controls. Yeah, thanks, Mike, and thanks for subscribing, or if you have, or subscribing on YouTube anyway. But either way, and have a good one, man. Thanks for keeping me company here. What is up with the Hellions? I have yet to do anything against you yet. You're gonna get so whooped when it's time for me to do the Magi stuff, because I know you're in the Magi, and maybe the Seraph, and maybe the Mutant. Not too sure, but you are so gonna get whooped when we get to Magi. Again, you know what? They spawn like rabbits. There, I'm safe here. Okay, so... Alright, we need to be well prepared. Alright, now we're going to go to Grumman Technologies. And there's a... Oh, there's another badge. Top Dog badge. And... We're going to check out the office if he goes. Badges. Yeah, top of Atlas statue. Atlas! I don't remember a lot of Atlas's lore. I know he was a big-time hero. I think he was in the he was not in the Ricky War. He was in World War I? Nope, World War II. So, yeah, World War II. He was part of the heroes there. And on December 7th, the original 5th column, like I said, the Nazis, they attacked Paragon City, and Atlas single-handedly fought them back. And so they pretty much named Atlas City after him, I'm pretty sure, or Atlas Park. I always call it Atlas City when it's Atlas Park, and I don't know why. Probably because it sounds better, and I'm thinking of Galaxy City. I'm gonna sell some stuff. You know what? I think I am gonna take the endurance reduction on my other enhancement. The one I already put on damage, I'm gonna switch them out. Which is probably not the most efficient thing for me to do, but I like to double up. Like I said, good build is taking a back seat. I'm going to put resist damage. Resist damage. Because it's a wooden shield, but she knows how to use it. She's one of the top people in her HEMA group when it comes to the sword and shield style. For those of you who don't know, HEMA, historical European martial arts. If you've ever been to a Renaissance fair, and I actually haven't, but I'm familiar with this. People who do mock jousting and mock combat melees. That's people who do HEMA. And it's recreations going by what we know of how they fought in the medieval times in Europe. So it's kind of like historical recreationism plus it kind of is self-defense in a way. Because if you're able to fight with a sword, you theoretically should be able to fight with, you know, a stick or something else that's, you know, might be handy in a fight. I haven't done this myself, but I have taken a observer's interest in it. as well as a role player's interest in it, because I've been into D&D since high school, as you do. And while we're on that subject, one thing that's always bugged me about video game logic, and it's not exactly, not something you see in City of Heroes. City of Heroes doesn't do this, but they always treat blunt force as less deadly than a sword or a knife or something like that. And while there's some validity to that in some ways, like a sword versus a fist, a sword is going to be deadlier, obviously. Even if you don't know how to sword, even if you know how to fist, you are probably going to be more likely to kill with a sword. No reasonable person would try to say otherwise. I have seen people try to argue that people can be exactly as deadly with a gun as a fist, even if they're not trained in either, which is ridiculous, but again, we're not making that argument. What I am saying is that something like a bat versus a sword, there are cases where blunt weapon would be as, if not more, dangerous, in my opinion, as a observer who's seen weapons testing, lots of weapons testing shows. I don't understand why games would treat one as less deadly than the other. Think about it this way. Yes, a mace or a bat would not be able to get into your squishy bits the way a sword does, but if you get hit really hard with a bat, it is going to end you either out of the fight or permanently, because that's what a mace was for. And in some ways it would be more deadly, because if you were to, say, fight someone with armor, swords, you can get through a sword, an armor with, obviously you can't get through a sword. You can get through armor with a sword, but it's more difficult than hitting someone with a very heavy, blunt instrument. That while you're not going to penetrate the armor with that blunt instrument either, you're going to give them some blunt force trauma, because that's going to translate into their armor. And in fact, that's why maces were used a lot in combat to begin And there are studies that show, like, people have actually done testing with armor and ballistics gel that show, you know, if you hit someone with this kind of mace, even if they have a helmet, that helmet is not going to protect them. Not going to protect them that well, because even with the helmet, they're going to have bits of skull going into their brain. And I think I'm kind of almost venturing out of the point I'm saying is, if you crack someone's skull with a mace, imagine what that would do to someone who doesn't have a helmet. Anyway, so like I said, we're taking out Clank and his guards. We're gonna find out what he's got here. But why are the clockwork so uptight lately? Let's find out. So I got some robot parts from Grauman Technologies, and curiously, the robots were looking to destroy them. That is a very interesting thing, but why would they do that? That is a mystery. Are we going to explore that mystery? I don't think we are, but... Anyways, let's tell that to Rick. And he doesn't know either. Perhaps the Clockwork King fears that someone will make better robots than him. But despite looking kind of silly, they are really good robots. We're just trying to figure out how they work. Because if we can figure out how they work, we might be able to make better clockwork. Better clockwork that can, say, keep the streets clean while also having high-powered lasers. But unfortunately, we don't have that. Maybe there's an alternate universe that has that, but we here in Paragon City do not. And looks like that was indeed the last Rick Davies for level... up to level 5. Up to level 4, sorry. So, warning, I am going to drink again. I'll try to put my microphone farther from my mouth when I do that. But, okay, so that's going to be it for today. I am going to be streaming later, around 10 o'clock, so in about 10 minutes or so. I'm going to be going into Pinball FX. I'm not going to do some offline stuff now with City of Heroes. I'm going to log off for now. But this has been the Adventures of HEMA Girl. And like I said, we're just getting started. That's 2 of the, I think, 6, as Mike pointed out to me. 2 of the 6 things we can do at level 4. With 4 to go. And once we do those, I will level to 5, and then we can start doing that content. But for now, this is a good time to stop. So I'll see you in the next one, and remember to like, subscribe, do all those things that people who know their social media stuff better than me knows how to do. And let's pretend I said something profound, because I can't think of anything right now. And I will see you in about 10 minutes for some pinball, if you go ahead and watch that. Bye.